Hello, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is what you don't see coming for the month of March 2026. This is a collective general reading, so as the messages come through today, just take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means it is meant for someone else. And be sure to check out your other placements. If you don't know what they are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. With all of that said, now let's begin. Tapping into the Aries collective now for Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What does Aries not see coming for the month of March 2026? What do they need to know for March 2026? Let's get one more shuffle here. Thank you. In the heart of your spread, my dear, we have the King of Pentacles. In the top row, you have the Empress, you have the Magician, and you have the Two of Cups. Flanking the King of Pentacles is the Eight of Cups and the Five of Wands. And in the bottom row, you have the Ace of Cups, you have the Four of Wands, and you have the Three of Cups. Bottom of the deck is a little sneak peek now into the month of April. Can't believe I'm saying that. We have a Page of Cups, we have the Fool, and we have the World card. And that leaves the Nine of Swords, Seven of Swords, Two of Wands here, okay, at the bottom of the deck. Let's clarify this now. We're using the After Tarot deck. Let's clarify this now for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. The images in this deck, as well as the meanings, are slightly different, and we'll go through them as necessary as we move through your reading today. Let's clarify this here, please, for the Aries collective for March 2026. We are clarifying the Empress, the Magician, Two of Cups, Eight of Cups, King of Pentacles, Five of Wands, Ace of Cups, Four of Wands, and Three of Cups for the Aries collective. Let's get one more shuffle. Thank you. The Empress is clarified by the Four of Cups. The Magician is clarified by the Hanged Man. The Two of Cups is clarified by the Five of Swords. The Eight of Cups is clarified by the Five of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is clarified by Temperance. The Five of Wands is clarified by the Six of Swords. The Ace of Cups is clarified by Strength. The Four of Wands is clarified by the Four of Swords. And the Three of Cups is clarified by the Four of Pentacles. Sneak peek now into March. 10 of Cups, the Chariot, and the Queen of Swords. And that leaves the Seven of Cups, Knight of Cups, Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Your overall energy here for the month of March is King of Pentacles to Temperance. I like this. Temperance in this instance, to me, is feeling like the master alchemist here, mixing water, mixing earth to create a fine balance. So I feel like for the month of March, for the most part, and I'm not saying the entire month will be rainbows and unicorns, but it does seem to be a smoother sailing month for the Aries collective. It's feeling very emotionally balanced, very grounded, and heavily focused on balancing your finances as well as your financial goals. I feel for some of you watching, there could be some big expenditure that you are anticipating in the future. And it looks like you're starting to maybe reserve some money or try to come up with ways on how you can create money for that expenditure. Now, that could be you're thinking of buying a vehicle. Others of you could be thinking about relocating, getting married, and anything like that. But I'm feeling like this is big. And so this is needing to stay very balanced. And like I said, just for some of you, possibly here coming up with ways on how to save some money for something monumental that you want to do, or maybe even travel to in the future. Not in the month of March, but definitely in the future. It's very future planning here. But what all of you have in common is feeling more emotionally balanced and more grounded than you have in quite some time. So bravo to you. And like I said, definitely working on your finances with a smaller percentage of you focusing on how to create money or save money for something big in the future. In the top row, we have the Empress to the Four of Cups, the Magician to the Hanged Man, and the Two of Cups to the Five of Swords. I feel like I have a group of you here. If it's not your reading, please check another placement, that when it comes to connection in your life, Two of Cups, whether that is professional, platonic, or romantic, you seem to be undecided about a particular connection here in your life. Empress to the Four of Cups. The feeling here is I've been nurturing a connection in my life. Now, again, this could be with your colleagues, your client base, you know, it could be your boss. Maybe you're the boss and this is an employee. Certainly could be with a friend, a family member, or a lover. The feeling is I have continually nurtured this connection, and I no longer feel that I should continue nurturing it. Now, you are nurturing it. That's the amazing part here. But it's like I have to nurture this because I have to. So I don't know how to explain this, Aries. Let's say this is work related. You really don't like your boss, but you're not going to quit your job in the month of March. That's the feeling here. Like I have to nurture this connection, but I would rather not. Magician to the Hangman. There's a type of, again, whatever this connection is, you're nurturing it, even though you don't feel like you want to nurture it anymore. And the Hangman to the Magician is, I really would like a replacement connection, but I don't even know what that would look like. So there's even a difficulty here to manifest the type of replacement connection that you would want instead. So example, using work again, let's say you're the employee. This is Empress. I have to go to work and nurture my job, but the Four of Cups, I'm not particularly happy with it. Magician to the Hangman, I would like to manifest a better job or a better boss, but I don't even know what that would look like. So Two of Cups to the Five of Swords here. Again, it's continuing to engage with this particular individual in your life, but not being very happy that you have to engage with them. Flanking the King of Pentacles and Temperance, we have the Eight of Cups to the Five of Pentacles, and then we have the Five of Wands to the Six of Swords. Eight of Cups to the Five of Pentacles. Career-wise, this looks amazing. And I say this because if we're looking at this in terms of career, where I'm going to work every day, I don't really like my boss. I would like to work elsewhere, but I don't even know what the heck that would look like. And you're feeling like emotionally depleted at work. I like the Five of Pentacles on the After Tarot deck because the individual is coming out of lack. So for some of you, this could be a little raise or a promotion or just enough of positive encouragement from your boss to keep you there so you don't quit. So I kind of like that. If this is work related, it's like you're going to come out of conflict with your current place of employment. You're moving forward. You are still curious about possibly entertaining another job opportunity, but you're pausing before you do that. It's like, I think I'm going to stay here for now, is the feeling I get here. So yeah, if this is work related, nurturing a connection with either your employer or an employee, if you're the employer, not too happy about it, but no one seems to be quitting or getting fired here. And there's just enough of positive recognition to keep you engaging with this individual. If this is with a friend or a family member, same thing applies. It's like I have to interact with them because they're my parent or they're my child. I'm not particularly happy with them. There could be some disagreements here this month, but again, nothing catastrophic enough that would make you say, you know what, I don't want to talk to you anymore, or even have them walk out of your life. But there could be some harsh exchanges here in terms of conversation between you and another individual. I still see you, though, proceeding to move forward, having patience with this person, not wanting to argue with them, and wanting to heal the connection. There's, again, there's this feeling of, if I didn't have to talk to them, I wouldn't. Or, yeah, something like that. If I didn't have to engage, I wouldn't. But I have to engage. So here I am, and I'm going to make the best of it. And we see that with the Four of Pentacles to the Three of Cups. I'm going to stay connected to this partnership, enjoy it to the best of my ability. But there's a feeling here of like, if I could end it, I would. Because the Four of Pentacles in the After Tarot deck is met with the Grim Reaper of Scorpionic energy. This is a love partner, and we don't have a lot of like love cards on the table, but that's the same feeling. I don't really want to be in this romantic partnership anymore, but for whatever reason, I need to continue nurturing it. Maybe you have a family with this person as the Empress. You could be the head of household, whether you're masculine or feminine. There's a lot of conflict here between you and this person, but nothing enough to break the connection. And there is a desire, at least for now, to want to stay put in the connection. And when we look into March, we see you here now. You are beginning to entertain something new. So I don't know why that is, but towards the end of March, moving into April. So I'm going to say last week of March, because the Three of Cups to the Four of Pentacles, this is like, I feel like this is you like, okay, I'm going to make the best of this for now. Because again, that Four of Pentacles has a scorpionic energy. And death, when we're ending something like a connection in our life, it typically does not happen overnight. And this isn't a health reading. I'm not predicting anyone's going to die. But sometimes, you know, I equate in tarot the death card to actual death in life. Even when we tragically know of someone who's like died of a heart attack, they didn't actually just like instantly die of a heart attack. You know what I mean? There were like years of maybe coronary disease or something like that that went unchecked or unnoticed or untaken care of. So even in tarot, I look at the death card as, yes, something is changing or ending or transforming, but there's still a long process. And that was the feeling I had here for you in that last week of March. It's like, I'm going to make the best of this for now. But I know it's just a matter of time that it's going to come to an end. Like I'm going to leave the job or stop talking to this person or maybe even exit this romantic partnership. So just as we're moving into April, you're starting to entertain the idea of what would life be like if I didn't live here or work here or engage with this friend or family member or no longer be part of this organization, or maybe just disengage from this love partner. The Page of Cups is small, but it is creative, and it is opening up your heart space here to the possibility of having a new beginning elsewhere when this particular connection closes out one day off in the future. Again, I don't see you making any firm decisions in March or April to close something out, but you are beginning to toy with the idea of what is happiness, what is success, can I find it here? Should I move forward? It's like as the month of April rolls on, you're going to get a little bit more clarity when it comes to the direction that you want to take. I want to clarify a couple of cards here for you. Two of Cups. Let's clarify that Two of Cups. Obviously, it's a collective general reading. It's going to be different for all of you, but let's see if we can get some kind of base energy for that person or that connection. Two of Cups. Clarify the Two of Cups in the month of March here for the Aries collective. Clarify that Two of Cups, please. Let's get one more shuffle here. Thank you. The Two of Cups is being clarified by the Ten of Cups, the Sun card, and the High Priestess. Bottom of the deck, we have Page of Swords. Okay, so this Two of Cups, this is someone, or again, could be a group of people, I don't know, that you've been engaged with for quite some time. There, at least at some point in time in the connection, there was happiness. You either had the Ten of Cups with this person, or they were part of what made up your emotional contentment. So far, so good, but that High Priestess seems to be shadowing the Sun card for me. So that was the feeling I got here. Like, I don't think you have complete disdain for whomever this is. There just seems to be like a difference of opinions, and also this feeling of, I don't completely hate it. I'm going to continue to show up for it, but if I didn't have to be here, I wouldn't be here. Let's clarify this further. Five of Swords. Tell me about that Five of Swords. It's kind of like the sun went down on this connection quite some time ago. But that doesn't mean it was always bad. And I think that's why you're still in it. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Five of Swords is clarified by Five of Cups. And there's your mind and your heart opening up. Queen of Swords and the Page of Swords. Bottom of deck, the Star card. Okay. So it's at some point in time, it was happy, or it added to my happiness, or it contributed to my happiness. Sort of has been eluded now for quite some time. I'm not particularly happy with this connection. Again, professional, platonic, or romantic. And I'm starting to wonder what another connection would look like another friendship, or, you know, maybe connecting to a family member because this connection isn't going well, or a love partner, or a new professional, you know, business partner or boss or employee. There's a curiosity here with that Queen of Cups to the Page of Swords of what would it be like if I actually opened up my heart in a new direction. But again, it's almost like it's in a dream state. It's almost like it's in a dream state. It's like, I don't want to call it fantasizing, but it's dreaming, fantasizing, thinking, what would life be like if I was in a marriage that wasn't like this? If I was at a work environment that wasn't like this? You know what I mean? If I wasn't engaging with a person that was like this. That seems, now I'm getting a clearer picture on why you're like, but it's not that. And so for now, this is where I'm at, and I'm going to make the best of it, even though I don't really want to be here. So maybe that's that feeling I had with that King of Pentacles to the Temperance is like that long-term goal. So maybe for some of you in March, that is the feeling of, I'm going to have to save money to relocate or disengage from this person or find another job or something like that. Clarify that King of Pentacles here in Aries energy. One more shuffle. Thank you. King of Pentacles is clarified by Six of Swords to Six of Swords. That's exactly what you're doing. The Chariot to the Chariot, and then that Nine of Swords. Bottom of deck, Ace of Wands. You are desiring new. You're desiring a new situation, environment, or connection. But out of respect or out of some type of tie you have here or obligation, you're going to continue to show up here. But in the wheel well of your mind, you are most definitely thinking about how to move forward and how to move on. Temperance. Tell me why Temperance is here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Temperance is clarified by the Lovers, the Nine of Cups, and King of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles. Bottom of deck, Three of Pentacles. So yeah, I'm definitely speaking to an Aries where you are tolerating or contributing to the dynamic between you and another individual in the month of March that you're not particularly happy with. At some point in time you were, you no longer are. You sort of keep that to yourself. So I don't think that the other individual knows to what degree you really are unsatisfied in the connection. You're starting to daydream about what life would be like outside of this connection or, you know, in another situation or environment that doesn't include this individual. And then that twofold message here is, you know, it's only a matter of time that you're exiting it. So there does appear here to be, again, reinstating or reinforcing that dream state of what life would be like out of here. But there's also like, but I can't leave now, but I'm going to save my money. I'm going to save my money for the day that I can. Okay. I think that's all we have for you. We're going to close it down. I'm going to get you some oracle cards and we're going to close it out with kippers. Not sure what to call your video at this time. It looks like you are just nurturing a connection you no longer want to be connected to. Again, it could be out of obligation or financial issues. But it's like for now, I just want to keep the peace. Four of Swords to that Four of Wands. So maybe for some of you, this is someone that you live with, or it even could be work, right? I have to keep the peace because I don't want to lose my job. But man, I'd love to have another job. That's the feeling here. Can we get one oracle card here, please, for each row? Okay. That wanted to show itself, so we're going to take it. I'll read these to you in a second, Aries. Can we get 3 cards here, please, for Aries? Thank you. One more. Thank you. Okay. So in the top row, you have moonlighting, which does talk about starting to dream either of another career or, like I said, situation, environment, or connection. You also have ascension, move into your true self, rise above the darkness. The light is here. I actually think that's you this month. Again, the feeling here was, but I'm going to make the best of it. I can't leave. I can't disengage right now. I will one day, but for now, I'm just going to kind of find the light in this particular connection. You then have conscious consumer. So just be mindful of the energies from this person or these people that you're dealing with this month. I mean, engage to the point that you have to. But if there's anything in terms of that arguing, the Five of Wands, the Five of Swords, try not to absorb that too much. Like, be very conscious of the energy that you're consuming from this person or that group of people. You then have divine healing. Honor your sensitivity. Retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. So yeah, I feel like because you have to engage with someone you don't really want to engage with, you could find yourself just a little bit more tired in the month of March. So make sure that you give yourself some time to like take some extra naps and make sure you're definitely getting some adequate sleep and nutrition, as well as staying hydrated in the month of March. This could be a very tiring energy. You know, when we have to engage with someone we really don't want to engage with, but it's like, but I can't just quit or I can't just pack up and move. I know what that feels like firsthand from many years ago. And yeah, it can really leave you very tired. So again, just make sure you're getting enough sleep in the month of March. You then have words of abundance. You have the ability to instantly manifest what it is that you desire. I just think you're a little unsure of what that is. But I do see the mind starting to move forward. So keep that in mind, that at any time during the month of March, you finally get the idea of what the ideal connection would look like that would or should or could replace whomever this is. I would definitely then start calling it in. And then you have Cosmic Gateway. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. So miraculous changes here could occur. So yeah, I think you're going to end up leaving behind whomever or whatever this is. I just don't think you're doing it in the month of March. I want to close off with some advice cards for you. So let's do the Kippers first, and then we'll do advice. Can we get 2 cards here, please, for each row for Aries, for row number 1? Thank you. And the last row. Okay, top row. You had the marriage card came out upside down, and you have courthouse sideways. So yeah, it doesn't have to be your marriage, okay? Don't freak out if you're in a happy marriage. This does not mean that your marriage is coming to an end or that you're not happy. If you're a cross watcher, don't freak out. But this is a soul contract of some kind. And with that courthouse, again, you're not quite yet ready to fully sever the soul contract that you have with this individual, professional, platonic, or romantic. But I do feel like it's on the way out. You have message came out on the side, and then you have the Lovers card. So yeah, I feel like you're not making a choice yet in the month of March. So there really is no message, right? You're not communicating to this person, I'm out, I quit, I want a divorce, or anything like that. I would also still expect that 8 of Cups to that 5 of Pentacles. That's such a good energy, believe it or not. So it's possible for some of you, like I was saying, you'll receive some kind of accolades or thank you, or maybe even a small raise, like if this is work related, or even if it's a friend, family member, a lover, like they could give you just enough verbally to keep you from exiting in the month of March. So it sort of keeps you in a holding pattern. And then you have occupation, and you have community here is in the reverse. Now is the feeling like, I'm going to continue working on this, even though I'm not particularly happy. And I would actually like to be somewhere else. But for now, I'm going to work on it. Let's close it off now with some advice cards. Can we get some advice here for the Aries collective? Let's get 3 cards of advice. Okay, thank you. That was a lot, but we are going to take them. Bottom of the deck is the World card, which we see there in March. In April. Again, I don't think you're officially closing out the connection, but it is more on your mind and appears to be more desirable as you move into the month of April. So your advice here, you have the 5 of Pentacles, you have the 8 of Swords, you have the Emperor, you have the 7 of Pentacles, and you have the 4 of Wands. You're doing energetically what I saw on the cards, exactly what your advice from source is for this month. So I do like it. Do focus on your finances, because I do think that when you're departing from whomever this is, the employer, the lover, the friend, the family member, you probably are going to need some money, right? There might be a couple of weeks where you don't get paid from the new job, or it might take you a couple of weeks to find a new job. If you're disengaging from a partner that you have shared resources with, you may need some extra money to find a new place to live or something like that. So yeah, this is definitely telling you that you are on the right path. Okay, you can't see it in the 8 of Swords. Maybe you think you're stuck or you're trapped, but you're doing actually everything correctly. You're trying to maintain the peace for now because of house and home or stability and foundation. Focus on your money in the month of March, because that'll be very beneficial to you in the future when you do decide to close this out. So just have some patience with yourself, and you're right at this moment in time to want to keep the peace with whomever, whatever this is, until you are in the right position to move on from it. And that's your advice. So I feel like in the month of March, you and Source are definitely on the same page when it comes to that. That is what I have for you, Aries, for the month ahead. If you like that message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.